What the hell? Arya just spiraling despair backwards. Is that just me? As a solo kill on the top side as well, Doggo takes out Kakun, and this game is a complete fist fight. But CFO, the one landing punches, and DFM, the guy on the floor, 10 drinks in, getting absolutely barrel around the facility. 30 seconds in the game. Nothing interesting happening so far. A little bit of a poke there from Kakun, forcing Junjiro out of his own blue side. Might be wary of what the Bard wants to do level 1. And he's just walked straight into this. It's a brawl, my friend. There's the flash force. They still broke the passive as Jace looks a little bit more there. Use the hammer form Q to get on top of the Bard, who forces out the East-top, but they're still hungry for this. DFM, they're going to get first blood. And then, look at the flash there. Ray Farkey. What's he on? Flashes forward, and there's just a big overstep from Kaiwing. Doesn't have the ward to check the bush. Instead, opts to face check it. And goes down. I've got no words for that. Arya and Honky trading quite aggressively already, and the lane swap is in full iteration. This will neutralize the gold that just went on Jace. As now we get top laner POV, Cat Despair. Jace cannot walk up at all. Kaiwing gonna make sure of that. Punish him for any mistakes. We're off-ban Cadril. That's so true. You're off-ban Cadril chat, that's correct. The question is this level 3 dive gonna happen? CFO, you can see they're 3 stacking here, so they're gonna get level 3 on this X. Actually, no, they don't. They get it on the first minion of the cannon wave, don't they? Sharing XP. This is a small change that happened with no cannon wave on the third wave now. CFO not going to hit level 3 on this 3-wave sack into dive. Well, Hop's still going to respect it and hover it himself. CFO, instead of the dive, going to look for plates, look for pressure on top. But Ashe is having a very fun time into Cassante on bot, and she's getting solo XP. The faster Ashe gets to 6, the quicker that DFM's comp can activate. They're all off the back of that Ashe arrow, trying to get a good engage off it, trying to find picks on the mid lane and potentially figure out where the jungler is. Look for a pick there. And then you activate on the side lane towards the mid game. But for now, I don't expect much to happen here. 1 minute 30 seconds till the first objective. Neither team really wants to fight early game. No particularly dominant lanes. The ones that would be Varus and Bard, neutralized by the fact that there's a lane swap going on right now. So nothing funny going on the bot matchup. Junjia completed his full clear. Guwon might have missed a little Raptor on 27 CS. It's finally we're in a normal lane scenario here. The lanes have swapped back, but they're in the opposite. We're in Australia lane swap right now. Got Ashe Braum versus Varus Bard, but they're in top. Hitting the tankier tower. Not the most impactful of ults when it comes to an early Drake fight is Junjia. Getting a little bit cheekier. Of course, has Ray Farkey's flash timed. And if he does step up here, the Jace will go down. Rest. Wants to find that angle. Could potentially use the flash and the Q2 in combination to lock him down and get him killed. And it might be exactly what's about to happen as Ray Farkey doesn't know about Junjia. He's forced to E him away, and he's going to try and make it out here using the acceleration gate move speed. He's knocked up and taken down instantly. Ray Farkey, first corpse in the bot lane. Flash timer, absolutely perfect from CFO just then. Punished the Jace for overstepping, and it was a very slight overstep at that. Barely made a mistake at all. But he's immediately taken out of the equation. So that is a slight saving grace there for DFM. Combined with the fact that Sejuani was able to rinse out the top side. Junjia, rude awakening now. Your blue buff is gone. Your Gromp is gone. And Guwon, the bandit. Stolen both away is now Grub's going to be the point of contention here. CFO have the Emperor's Divide. Azir just hit level 6. Hui also matched it. We could see our first 5v5 of the game here. Should DFM choose to fight this back, but it looks like they might just give, potentially looking for a pick on mid lane. He's going to lose a plate for it as he W's forward. Good trade there onto Ray Fark. He tries to trade back, but trading into Cassante is, it's a skill that not many people have learned, if any. A couple more level 6s coming online. There's the all-out for Cassante now. He's in the bot side, but DFM have rotated down to this. They have Ashold as well. So Kaiwing doesn't want to get too aggressive here. Caught out. Control Ward in the pit does spot the fact that DFM have started up the Drake. Nothing's going to come from it. CFO happy to give this. Making sure they're getting tempo on mid. Don't want to take the fight necessarily. While their ADC's on the wrong side of the map. Got out-rotated a little bit in DFM. Their reward is the Drake. For Cloud Drake going down. It's a trade for the Grubs. Nothing else going on in this game so far. It's 4 minutes till the Ocean Drake. Is that the Ocean Drake? What? It looks like an Ionia Drake. Is that just me? What the fuck symbol is that, guys? What are we cooking here at LCP? Guwon is from T1 Academy. I thought I knew that name, actually. Yeah, right. Well, now Plate's going to get traded down on bot here. CFO have a lot of tempo. I think Ray Farkey took a bad reset timer, and he's going to lose 2 plates for it. They do want 6 Grubs, though. I think activating them on the side lane, particularly activating Azir on side lane, one of the safest side lane mages there is. Because of his ability to just skirt out of danger. Shurima Shuffle. His little bird feet. All the way back to safety whenever he gets yanked by anything. It's now Harp. Walking over to finally support his ADC, who's matching he's matching rest and level right now. That's how long he's been alone. So I think it's the first time we've seen Harp in all game. The lovers reunite. I think it will be quite tricky for DFM to contest these grubs if they don't walk into river first. Their comp is not a comp that's very good at entering. They're very good at holding. They're quite a good turtle composition. Like, once they have a space, it's very scary to walk into them. This is off vision. It's quite dangerous to walk into Ashe, quite dangerous to walk into Sejuani, quite dangerous to walk into Braum. Let alone Hui. Let alone Jason. All 5 of their champs suck to walk into, but if they don't get river control, they don't have very good engaged tools. Not a great way to poke in, but that's not going to be a problem here for DFM, because they do firmly have river control. Although Junjia just walked in himself, they've actually given it. DFM might not want to play this fight, noticing that all 5 members of CFO have swarmed these grubs a little bit faster, but it's going to be on Guwon to pull the trigger here. No Braum up to follow up. It's going to be on Ashe and Sejuani. Can they find an engage here? So here we go. Rest has that Q2 proc. Looks for an engage though. As the Ashe shot is flashed straight into by Hongq. But nothing's going to come from it. Bard instead the target for DFM, but not going to get him. Rest now in a lot of trouble. There's the Glacial Prison, and First Blood goes down to Arya, but now Jace in the backline cooking on that Spiraling Despair. Forces out Doggo's flash. Nothing else going to come from that though. Hui on the right side there. EQ lands on Hongq, but not enough damage there as the fight is secured there by DFM. Forcing Junjia out. Forcing CFO out. Just prying their fingers away from the edge of the river. Saying, you cannot have this space. This is ours. It's a very slow fight. Nothing really happened there. But at the end of it, DFM, they got what they wanted. The grubs are stopped, but now we might have a bit of trouble in the bot side here as Ray Farkey has overstepped. I don't know if they have the damage here, as that is a tank Jace, who's been hit in the face with a Bard Q, hit in the face with about 10,000 arrows. He just plucked them out. He took an arrow to the knee and he just kept on fighting. Skyrim God should learn from this. Last year, CFO had 3 almost Worlds winners. Oh, really? Now 12 minutes in, I think this game is already looking pretty interesting. Not sure who's going to win the fights. If they keep playing out like that, they're very messy, that's for sure. Quite scrappy. Not a lot of order to them. Front and back, unclear which is which. But CFO, one thing that is clear is they want this bot tier 1, and they might get it here. Is the Demolish Proc going to come through? Only Ray Farkey on the correct side of the map right now to defend this play. They may not have got 6 scrubs, they did at least get 4. 2 kills, 2-1 there for DFM, so neither team claiming the feat of warfare. And 1 Drake over to DFM. So I think it's neither team's got the feat of warfare, neither team's got first tower, neither team's got the Drake, the objectives. So all 3 feats still up and available, nothing like my ranked games, that's for sure. At this point, you usually have first and second tower, and sometimes third tower, and definitely more than 3 kills. That's for sure. Usually just in my lane. Here to adapt is Guwon. Has the Glacial Prison back and available. Ready to remind CFO of just how potent that tool is, should they get a little bit too aggressive. It's a very, very solid tool. Is this a solo kill on the top side? Arya's just solo killed Cassante. And that's the feat of warfare going over DFM. What a massive mistake from Rest. Obviously, he's building armor. He's trying to match the Jace, but he's just misplayed so hard. Arya reminds him of just how powerful Hui is in the 1v1 if you disrespect him. And the Painter gets his kill as the flash is forced on the bot side there by the Chains of Corruption. Ray Farkey. Back to his tier 1 he goes. And this is still holding. This tier 1. CFO not able to get anything done. There's a TP there. The Glacial Prison goes to Narnia. Probably hit someone's window. I'd like to apologize. Someone has to tell insurance about that one. And now Drake, though, is DFM's prize. Didn't even have to kill the Zinzal. That's what Guwon's saying to his team right now anyway. It's like, guys, I meant to miss. Guys, listen. Listen, it wasn't, you know... We got the Drake, like, I was scaring him off. As someone very special said recently, League is more about confusing the enemy than it is about golden XP. As we take a look at what happened on this solo kill on the top side, it's the Ashe Arrow! Oh, it's not actually a misplay from Rest, it's just an Ashe Arrow right to the forehead. Stunned up he gets, and Spiraling Despair's enough to take him out. I'm on the CFO train. I like an underdog here, but Rest he's got a lot to prove, that's for sure. Black Cleaver on the Jace now, so there's no killing either of these people in the top lane, is what you'd expect. Well, Cassante looking mighty killable this game. 2 of the 3 kills for DFM. And that this close to claiming the feats of strength here, as they need 1 more objective. Got 2 Drakes so far. That's going to be the feat of warfare and the feat of objectives. Not sure what that one's called. Claimed over by DFM. Next one to fight over is going to be Grubs, as Junjia forcing out Harp from the top side. But there's the Ashe Arrow landing right in the forehead of Kai Wing. But Guwon's just going to ignore him. He's trying to save Arya, who's getting absolutely rinsed by Hongq. Guwon tries to save his mid laner, but the Bard ultimate's going to stop him in his tracks, as DFM have just absolutely crapped the bed. Where are they? Kakun's walking in the bot side there, trying to save his teammates. Gu1's trying to save his mid lane, but there's a Bard sitting on top of him, ulting him away, making sure that Hongq not the one to go down here. And finally, CFO gonna claim this bot tower as Gu1, the next target here for DFM, have just fallen apart, fallen to pieces in front of everyone. Kakun, how did he end up there? That's the real question. I have to see a replay. Hongq managed to solo kill Arya. And this is a very messy game, ladies and gentlemen. This is scrappy. This is what I expected. This is what I've come to see. And it starts with a beautiful E. Out of the Hui EE, flash forward through the Spiraling Despair, and then massive damage on top of Arya. Gu1 recognized that this was going to happen way earlier than it did, and just barely misses that Q. Oh, sorry, that W. I'm not sure what ability that is. I don't play Sejuani. And there's Yord on Kakun trying to rotate over to his mid lane. Cleanses and flashes. And gets taken down there. Now we take a look at the item situation. Got Sundered Sky. First items all completed, in fact. For CFO. Same cannot be said for DFM, and wisely they choose not to fight. That Herald spawn, feat of objectives still up and, up for the taking. First tower is no longer. Actually, I think first tower was taken in topside, wasn't it? There's another engage here. Chains of Corruption are very big. CFO looking for a massive play there as his Zinzo ultimate knocks everyone away from Arya. He's the only one to fall there, followed up by Junjia. There's a stun on Ray Faki on the bot side there, trying to take out Doggo 1-for-1, but he's not enough damage. Tank Jace falls before the quiver of Varus. I was busy yapping. I wasn't paying attention to that fight there. I think it's, who even started that engage? It was Junjia who found the angle on Arya. Beautiful Zinzao ultimate, knocking everyone away. You don't often see it used for that. So now Hongq has free top priority. Managed to claim that turret off the back of his team's crushing victory in mid. Now Kaiwing wants to proc his demolish, but he's just going to magical journey on out of there. Bait anyone following him is 46 seconds till this next Ocean Dragon. It was in fact a Cloud Drake. No, what? What the fuck Drake was that? The second one. If this is Ocean, what the hell was that second Drake? This is going to baffle me to the end of time. Oh, it totally was Hextech. Anyway, alright. Herald Eye going to be used in mid here. CFO. Aligning it not quite with the objective spawn. I think they just want to siege this mid tier 1 and make sure it happens here, but we could see a massive team fight. Could be on the verge of something great here. Hongq needs to find the angle for his team to find a good engage. It needs to be. Off the back of this Prodigal Azir. Rest going to seal away a couple of his honey fruits. What a little rat. This guy's just running around on Cassante, taking stuff. But CFO have firm river control here. There's the Ashe ult, but it's immediately Mikhail's by Bard. Mikhail's is himself. As that Varus has found an angle on Ray Faki with the Chains of Corruption. At the same time, Rest has taken Gu1 for a ride. Hongq taking massive damage from the Spiraling Despair. He's going to go down to Arya unless he flashes, and he does exactly that. Gu1, the first person to fall, as the flash forward from Junjia takes out Ray Faki. Now more to follow as a massive Zinzao ultimate lands on the backline there. Kaiwing with huge Bard damage, and the whole team gets wiped. DFM. Locked up, CC'd, and knocked down, as I said before, and there's a pause. Can you believe it? True. He doesn't play in his team anymore. Off-brand kicked out. For the 5 top kills. Oh, fuck, we're back in. Never mind. Okay, we're doing Atacon. Yes. All right, Atacon it is, baby. Lock it in, CFO. We'll get some Peppermint Tea after this. There's the race Atacon going down to the smite of Junjia. Well timed from him. Not one to miss a smite. 20 minutes, 50 seconds in the game. The gold lead has blossomed out to a nice little 5k for CFO. And you got to say this game is looking quite tough for DFM. You're lucky that you're not playing a full-on teamfight skirmish comp if you're DFM, but you're not playing into your strengths so far. We haven't seen from DFM a very slow game plan. We haven't seen them using vision control to get picks. Instead, we've just seen them brawling. And it doesn't go very well for them whenever they fight 5v5. They get slaughtered, as we've seen. They need to be using vision. They need to be using Ashe ult, Sejuani ult, Braum. All these tools they have, and they're good tools to get back in this game. But right now, the only thing on their mind is going to be staying alive for the next 1 minute, 30 seconds, trying to live out this voracious Atacon. How do you stay alive here as DFM? That's the real question. You're going to have a hungry CFO chomping at the bit, running down your doors, knocking at your tier 2 bot, knocking at your tier 2 mid, potentially even going top. Doesn't look like they will right now. And somehow you have to match all of this pressure without taking a fight. Because any fight you take right now with this voracious Atacon, with the state it is it's losing. Doesn't matter if you ace them, you're still going to be at a gold disadvantage at the end of it, and that's all that matters. But hold that thought, though, because there seems to be a Chains of Corruption used on Gu1 there, and there's the Ashe Arrow landing. Massive Braum ultimate. There's the Sarima shuffle on 2, straight into the backline, followed up by a massive Hui damage. Everyone on CFO gets pulled into the middle and eviscerated by the damage. But it's all on Doggo here. Flashes away from Arya's. What am I looking at? Doggo, he's still kiting this. That's all 5 Voracious Atacon buffs going down there. Massive Hui damage. Huge EE from Hui. I should know what that ability is called, but I just don't. I just don't know what that ability is called because he's got 10 of them, guys. He's got 10 abilities. First thing that happens is Chains of Corruption. Then the Spiraling Despair gets sent straight onto Doggo by Rest. Massive Azir ult followed up by, look at this Hui damage. Painting their misery, painting their demise. Rest sends it back onto Arya, and Doggo's the one to pick up the kill. So at the end of the day, CFO probably happy with the outcome of this play. Almost gets Arya as well. Does Doggo. But at the end of the day, right? You got a team fight that beautiful. Arya does that much damage. But all he gets from it is like, what, 400 gold? Sure, he steals away the Voracious Atacon. It does stop the push in its tracks. It does remind CFO that if they screw up, they can take a bad team fight here. And Arya, he's a good enough player and he's strong enough in the game to punish. Bad positioning. Bad 5v5. So now, it is going to be the tier 2 siege in mid there. Demolish. Not going to be necessary to take out this tower. DFM. Taunted as well as the Azir tower goes down in place of their fallen comrade. And Guwon, getting a bit aggressive, steps up to that control ward, only punished by Junjia's damage. Harp doing the same thing. This time Honkyu's waiting for him. The bird's damage a little bit more ferocious than the Chinese man with a spear. Now the resources are back, but it's going to be the pick onto Hongyu to start this out. Junjia blocks all the damage, though, with the Xin Zhao ultimate. And now they can turn this fight if they choose to. CFO, instead, they're going to choose to get out, having burnt so many resources. Rest, still in a bad position. Had the wrong idea about what was going on here. Has the all-out should he need to. But he's not going to be able to use it in time. Taken out and just destroyed. Before he gets the chance to even ultimate away. Junjia blast cones him back to where they came from as Kaiwing caught up by the Hui EW now. Takes a lot of damage, and there's a bit of bite left in this DFM team. That's for sure. That's what I said. It's the pick potential there as they land the Ashar onto Hongyu, and the follow-up is good. If it went for Junjia and his fairly heroic Xin Zhao ultimate, watch this here. Tanks all of the damage with Xin Zhao ultimate. His Rest is just caught in a terrible place here. I don't know why you're there. It didn't show us the interesting part of the fight. You need to ult Harp immediately. I think Harp knew that, so he's spacing very well there. Not letting Rest get that ultimate off. Because if he did, he probably gets out with the W reset, with the E reset. Xante, quite a slippery character when he wants to be. 25 minutes in the game, and it's a little bit more interesting than I was anticipating. Not unfavored for CFO. I would say this game is not close, but it is interesting. There's a bit of intrigue in my body about who could potentially win this, about maybe ways that DFM can come back here if we keep seeing mistakes. And this might be another one. There's the Ash Arrow, but it barely misses. Grazes Honkyu's ear. His ear passive used yet again, but it's just going to be demolished immediately. Bang. Down it goes. DFM. Not scared of that. There's the Glacial Prison, and they're just missing all their engaged tools. Now Junjia, he's had enough. He wants Gu1. But he's not going to find him as the Bard ult misses as well. No Magical Journey this time to back up CFO. And everyone's just whiffed their engaged tools. It's just a whiffing session, honestly. Shooting range of blind people. That's not a very safe place to go. I would not recommend visiting a shooting range full of blind people. Great way to die. But now, realistically, DFM, they don't have anything they can do. That's what I'm trying to say here. Is without their engaged tools, if they whiff them like that, they're in a lot of trouble. What the hell? Arya just spiraling despaired backwards. Is that just me? He totally did. Well, that happened there as the tier 3 bot goes down to Rest in the 1v1 with Ray Faki. He's got a 2-level lead. There's a 2.1k gold lead there as well. A lot of damage, though, being pumped out by the Sway. It would be very nice to have Spiraling Despair. There's the flash ult from Hongyu. Takes out Harp. Arya quick enough to flash away, nimble enough. But he's only going to save himself as Gu1 goes down as well. Rest TP's in to back up his team. Has the all-out available. Has his own flash. As a solo kill on the top side as well. Doggo takes out Kakun. And this game is a complete fist fight. But CFO, the one landing punches. And DFM, the guy on the floor, 10 drinks in. Getting absolutely barrel around the facility. There's now Baron on the menu for CFO. They get a solo kill on top side. They're getting a 0 ult, and the Braum who's overextended in the jungle. Arya, ults backwards. Gu1's trying to save his support, but he just can't. And CFO, just calm, composed, collect the kills. If they're being gifted to you, might as well take them. As we take a look at there's that massive Spiraling Despair. Trying to take out his own ADC. I wonder if there was maybe some drama in the voice comms that led to that. Screw you, man. Die. Take a look at this magical journey here from Kaiwing, and it was exactly that, but Hongyu, the one to find the magic himself. Forces out Arya's flash with his own. Guwon trying to save his support, but it's in vain as the Chains of Corruption on the top side. This is the fight we missed. Cleansed immediately by Kakun, but the on-hit Varus just... I mean, it just gold diffs the Ashe. 3.7k the gold lead in ADC, and you could really see that in that fight as the right-clicking. Very impressive from Doggo. 28 minutes, 40 seconds in the game. 3 minutes on the next Drake. Not going to be solved for either team, but the Baron power play. Very much active here for CFO. Trying to end the game, trying to get significant damage done here to DFM, whose last hope really is... I mean, you got to catch out this Varus, but how hard is that? Now he's itemizing into tank stats. Already has that Terminus, has cleanse available. Even if you land the Ashe ult, even if you land the Sejuani ult, he can cleanse that. Worst case scenario, you land both, he gets cleansed, and then Mikhail's. And he's just out, he just walks away, right? So I don't think Doggo is the target they can realistically go for. Hong Q, the only guy you can maybe kill, but even he has Zhonya's. There's the Chains of Corruption. Immediately Mikhail's by Harp. Massive damage on the backline though. The QW from Hui takes Doggo down to half HP. That's good poke damage right there. Every little bit of damage crucial for DFM if they want to hold the base here, but 2 inhibs going to go down, and this is going to be tough. Hong Q wants to land another Azero, wants to have his fake a moment, wants to define himself here. Can he do it? That's the question on everybody's lips here. Is DFM just being peeled back, forced into their base, deeper and deeper. Rest wants to find the angle. Too much damage here, too much pressure. First Nexus Tower is going to fall, and Guwon's had enough. Finally sends the Glacial Prison, but he gets peeled off immediately. Cassante W's him out. There's the Azir ult. 3 members of DFM sent to the backline, cleaved down by the Varus, and the Nexus dive, the Fountain dive comes through. Triple kill for Doggo. Maybe a quadra kill, but they're just going to end the game here, CFO. They've had enough. Enough of DFM's funny business. Enough of the fake comeback. They're going to turn them around. Say no, thank you very much. Send him packing to game 2.